Mask on. Job safe. Let's talk about white privilege, y'all. Big topic right now. Don't make sense. Main people telling me that it don't make sense are educated black people. They're sitting there saying it's making them look dumb. As though whites are born with more, therefore making blacks born with less. Making them look bad. Sorry. It's not me. I just wanted to share my story of my white privilege. Huh? What? See, I wasn't like a lot of people I knew. Now, there's a lot of people like me just from stories I've read. But I lived in a small town. Not a lot of people. I had them big dreams. Big rock and roll dreams. Get out there, be a star. Listen to a lot of metal. More, by the time I got of age, it was more grunge by that point. Friends playing in bands, needed a drummer. Didn't have a drum set, but someone had a drum set, but no drummer, and I fell into it. I thought, cool, this is fun. I became that dude. Fast forward a little bit. Getting out of high school. Been playing for a little bit. Got decent. This was about the time Nirvana was big. One of the big things about grunge, for the most part, is that it wasn't complicated music. It wasn't like no classical or no shit like that. So I'm like, hey, cool. I got what I need. I don't need to learn more. And bam. This is what I call a start. Even though it already been going on a little bit. The start of my stupidity. The start of who held me back. The guy that fucked all his dreams up. Why? Because I was lazy. Without really realizing I was lazy. I already had learned everything I needed. So I wanted to live life. Didn't want to go to college. What I need college for? Gonna be big star. I already got what I need. So I spent money. Spent money on gear. You know, new drum set, new amps, all kinds of shit that I would. Big thing there that I would need. Didn't need it yet, but that I would need. Years go by. This type of thinking sticks with me. I get out there, I move here, I move there. Try to find people. Can't find no one that wants to do what I want to do. Nobody that's doing what I'm doing. Move to some big cities. Move to Cincinnati. Move to Virginia Beach. Really Norfolk, but a lot of people go, where that's at? So I just always say Virginia Beach. So to the Norfolkians, y'all, you know, my bad. But, you know, I'll own up to that. Anyway, my point is, no one held me back. And I got my white privilege. Just this guy. This dumbass. When I look back on it now, shit. Why didn't I learn my craft better? You know, looking back on it, I wasn't even that into drums. I was a little shy, so drums were easy to stick behind. But I always kind of had my sights set on the big time, you know, the front guy. The front guy, you know. I had a decent voice. I could sing decent for not having any lessons and shit, but never got lessons to sing. Never got lessons to learn to play drums. Ended up having a brainstorm. Well, why don't I go to college? And I'll end up, I'll go for audio production. End up going to a 2-year school. Did great, but learned a trade that pretty much doesn't exist anymore. Didn't have forward thinking. Everything I learned in school I could have fucking learned on my own, but my dumb ass again, sitting there thinking, cool, if I go to school, I got it made, I did the work. Well, now I'm still fucking dead, and it's like about 20 years later almost. So when I look back, I keep thinking about all this white privilege. And I don't know if I'm just one of the few that can really own up to his fucking mistakes. They're hard to. Sometimes it depresses the shit out of me. I should have done this. I should have done that. I didn't. I didn't do it. I wanted to live life. I didn't put in the hard work. I thought what little I had was enough. And guess what? It wasn't. Do I blame this on people? Do I blame it on the world? A little bit of me wants to blame it on the world. But that's just because the world changed a lot. You know, when I was coming up, it was still all like cassettes and CDs and shit like that and MTV. I never foresaw the internet age happening. But with that being the deal, I still didn't live up to my full potential by the time the internet age hit. So that's still on me. That's still on me. I hadn't done all I could. I could have still been a top tier musician. I could have become a studio musician and tried to do that. I never learned how to read fucking music. I mean, so many opportunities I wasted because I wanted to live life. I wanted to partay. When I hear this white privilege shit, I'm like, it's all I could see are people with my same level of stories that's just not owning up to their own fucking downfalls. And unfortunately, hate to put it out here, but if all this fucking white privilege is being thrown around, and that means there's black people that it's saying this. Because all the white people are sitting there saying, yeah, I had this privilege, I had that privilege, ashamed out of white guilt. I wouldn't feel as strongly as I do if I didn't have really intelligent, well-spoken, successful black people telling me that white privilege is a myth. I may have very easily got wound up thinking, well, maybe they're onto something. No, all those fuckers pushing that are trying to make black people look weak by making weak white people look strong. And it ain't right. So if you ain't done what you should have done, chances are you're probably like me and you squandered a lot of your fucking opportunities. And you need to just suck it up and move on, because life's hard to move past that. I ain't gonna fucking kill you. I ain't moved past you. I still don't know what the fuck to do with my life, and I'm goddamn half near dead. Shit. So, you make mistakes, you gotta fucking move on, move past it. Don't blame nobody but yourself. And shit may happen past your control. I know a guy, made it big at the height of his popularity. You know, basically, I don't know if he was a millionaire, but he was pretty fucking close. Dad got sick, and he ended up throwing it all away to take care of his dad, and good on him. He never expected that to happen. What was he supposed to do? Say, fuck you, Dad, these are my dreams? His whole life got unrailed. That's a dude, though. That's a man. That's someone that did right. But he couldn't help it. Life happens. Life sucks. It's gonna happen. But all this white privilege or somebody had it better than me, no. I'm gonna repeat something old that keeps getting thrown around. It's America. We got these choices. If we don't make them or we can't make them, it ain't nobody's fault but our own. Or the choices we make. Like the guitar player. If he wanted to keep his dreams going, he could have said, fuck you, Dad. I'm out. Have fun in the afterlife, bitches. But he didn't. People like me, you gotta own up to it. You gotta own up to your mistakes. We fuck up. You gotta move past it. Don't blame nobody. Keep this fucking white privilege shit to yourself.